Say it, like.
No, I'm not having second.
You're saying things like second, like, what? And you're not looking me in the eye.
It's just like such a massive decision.
ESTJ, ENFP, destined for harmony, or an unfortunate mismatch. Today, one simple interaction may hold all the clues. Are these personality differences too much, or just enough?
In the pod, I remember you specifically telling me, like, we're together, like, I'm gonna get you flowers.
You're right. And I was using that as a concept. Like flowers to me.
Concept. With an EJ, when they're ideating, it's about something to do, to work on, to actually execute on, to tick off, right? Whereas with an EP, when they're ideating, it's like to explore, play around with possibilities. It's not like it's not serious, but it's just not about the responsibility part of it so much.
EJs are like, well, to ideate is to close a loop, and the EP to ideate is to open a loop. So
That's a great one.
It's not about the flowers.
No, it's just
about making me feel special.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
You know the love languages. You know I'm a big words of affirmation, acts of service person. But my third one is gifts. And like, I show love. Like for Christmas, like I will get everyone that I know the most thoughtful gift. I spend money on like making people smile.
Gifts has always been my last.
With her, you can see how she really cares about that real experience. Like, no, actually bring me flowers. No, actually just saying it in concept isn't enough. And you can tell that's something that he has to adjust to, because he's like, wait, I mean, does it have to be flowers? It's like,
But like it wouldn't be flowers, but it'd be something along those lines with a kid.
I've waited a long time to like find the right person. The actions matching up with the words. That's going to be really important to me.
when sensing is higher, that's something that I've learned too, because I didn't even realize that there's personality types that value the experience that much. They really do value the experience, like bring it in reality.
Well, sometimes if you have sensing functions and you are going through a milestone era, you're like, this is the time of my life where I'm going to get married. I want to hit all those milestones that you're supposed to have had, you know, because those are things that mean something. So I want to be able to have those for myself too.
I don't want to sound materialistic, but I also want like to feel special.
Yeah.
You wrote me a poem after days meeting me, and you sang me Edwin McCain, and like those things melt my heart deeply. But I also am who I am. Like I also want flowers sometimes.
With sensing preferences, they're aware that when you're trying to impress someone, you're trying to give them a good experience. You're trying to create a nice sort of like connection and experience together. And so they also kind of value getting that back.
Groceries, wine, beer, flowers,
More beer.
more flowers.
So I could see it from that perspective. But those are things that are really good to express clearly instead of it being like, gifts are my love language. That's when it's really important to explain what it means to you so people don't think you just want gifts like as a superficial kind of level.
Even for Christmas, I think the last time my family was able to like really provide gifts for everyone,
Yeah.
years ago. I haven't really gotten a Christmas gift in like a long time.
When it comes to our financial upbringing, I refuse to let that be the thing that ever like puts space between us.
Introverted sensing recognizes that where you come from and what you're brought up really tells you or impacts who you are and what you become. And for him, he's like, nah, I don't really see it like that.
I have not once felt like our financial upbringing differences. It was like I know I don't have to get you something top quality.
Like a YSL bag.
I don't even know what that is.
With ESTJs versus ENFPs kind of disregard, well, I don't really think how I grew up completely makes me who I am. To be honest, if anything, I kind of want to challenge that. Like, why do I have to be what my family was? But for her, it's a little bit of a shoulder shrug to go, of course, how you grew up is a part of like who you are today.
Thank you
yes.
again for your service. I don't know if I've had a chance to say that.
Yeah, you have. You don't have to do it anymore. I get it. Thank
The
you.
ENFPs are always breaking the introverted sensing perspective. It's like, no, not always true. Like, no, you can't always trust that.
It's a lot.
What's a lot?
Moving forward with marriage. It's just like such a massive decision, and I just don't want to feel forced into doing something, because I don't think that's fair to you.
It's not like he's saying, I don't want you to like force me to get married. He was actually saying, hey, these conversations you're telling me, they're kind of like rules. I just don't want to be put in a position where you're going to have to give me rules. And I'd like the freedom to do them because I choose to do them.
Yeah, like I don't want it to happen out of expectations.
That's different from how ESTJs are, where it's a little bit like, hey, I think at some point it's important for both of us to compromise and maybe like put aside some things, because what's really important is the outside thing that we take care of. And sometimes, you know, there's rules.
I'm just nervous about the whole thing because it's a huge commitment. You know, I just don't want to feel overwhelmed when the moment comes to meet you at the altar.
You're fucking kidding me. You, like, day one, were like, I'm in love with you. I'm going to marry you. I want to be with you. And, like, you knew what this was. Like, we knew what we were getting ourselves into. These are things that I was very much hoping you had thought through.
Yeah.
Right? Before being so sure.
I can sort of see where she's coming from, because I do know a lot of introverted sensing types where before they get into something, they really think through, what does that decision mean? It's almost like I can't turn back. I want to really be able to accept and process, like, what is this proposal? What is this marriage? What is this buying this house, whatever, mean before I step into it? So I can feel just really like sure and like I've accepted it. So I could see how from that perspective, Stephen's response is a little bit jarring.
Well, introverted sensing is a function that is more long-term committing, right? So SI and NI, they're both, if they're higher, looking at being more comfortable with committing to something a little more slower but surer, thought through process.
Yeah.
So for her, it's like, I thought this through, I thought you did. And then for him, introverted sensing is inferior. So that's what he's just saying is like, it's not that I haven't thought it through, it's more that I want to be able to like have more processing over and over, because I need to keep revisiting this to remind myself. With SI inferior, the problem is in the commitment. It's not that they never want to commit, but it's like generally in most things in my life, committing to something long term is quite hard. And that's all I'm trying to say, is that I would like to be able to commit to something, but it is something that I just have difficulty in. Again, a really good example of how people might misunderstand each other, not because they don't love each other or they have bad intention. It really is just miscommunication that some people are not necessarily, it's not easy for them to like look at commitment so easily. And it doesn't mean for somebody that has it higher, like introverted sensing higher, to go, well, there's something wrong with you. What's wrong with you?
You know, if suddenly I'm having second thoughts, and next thing you know,
Are you like, I'm so confused that you're saying this right now.
I know. No,
Like,
I'm
literally, I'm so confused.
I'm not. You know, I'm just.
You are. It's okay. Just say it. Like,
No, I'm not having second.
you're saying things like
He
second.
sort of
like,
was. I don't know. I don't feel like she gave that much space to just understand that, like, yeah, it is. Like, how can you be sure? It's sort of normal to be like, whoa, shoot, like, this is a lot.
When we've done like workshops with couples and we tell them about what type they are, it really helps them to understand those things that you just think like, why are you not thinking about things that are important to me? But at least it's a little bit more like, oh, it really is something that you experience differently. Their inferior function is the other's second function. But if the second function is the function that people need a lot to help themselves grow, and they're with a person who that's the inferior function, that could be really difficult to feel like you have permission to something that you already need more encouragement to do. An ESTJ who has SI auxiliary, and then he has FI, but those functions at the bottom, it's like when they need that, the other person is not able to appreciate it as much, you know? So an example is like, for him, he's needing to just kind of work out his feelings and talk it through. And she's not letting it, it's a blind spot for her almost.
And I was so excited meeting everyone else because all it does is sort of...
I love you to death. I'm obsessed
Am I
with you.
being chatty again?
Literally cannot get a word in.
I'm so sorry.
I'm obsessed with you, but like, Jesus Christ.
You know, if suddenly I'm having second thoughts, the next thing you know...
Are you like, I'm so confused that you're saying this right now.
I know. No,
Like,
I'm
literally,
not.
I'm so confused.
I'm not.
And then for him, the idea of flowers when he says it.
I was using that as a concept, but it wouldn't be flowers. More beer,
More flowers.
more groceries.
And more. I love sunflowers. I love all flowers.
To him, they're concepts. He doesn't realize, no, those are actual things she wants to experience. So it's really important if you have type that you might not realize you're not giving space for something that's the other one is kind of like looking for without realizing that's something they're not saying aloud, but unconsciously is what they're looking for.
You okay?
I'm listening.
No, I thought you were like about to cry. Are you okay?
I mean, I'm listening.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. It's a lot. But like, dude, let's take it
You're right.
one step. All that matters is you and I. All that matters. Right?
Yeah. I love you.
Love you.
If you enjoyed today's video, I think you'll really like our membership at learn.ericwen.com. On there, you can see our full reactions and discussions on different relationship dynamics, why they work, why they sometimes don't work, and what we can all learn together from a personality perspective. Thanks so much for watching today. Again, learn.ericwen.com. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.